Alright guys, so today I will be doing the dreaded ranking of the first phase of the multiverse saga, phase 4. And I will rank all of the movies in this phase. This might be bad. I'm gonna go ahead and read all of these. So we have Black Widow, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, Eternals, Spider-Man No Way Home, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, Thor, Love and Thunder, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. Alright, so now I guess we can just get to ranking. Alright, so for my 7th place movie, I am giving it to Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. Now, some people might be mad at me for saying this, but Black Panther, Wakanda Forever is one of the most boring movies I've ever watched. I fell asleep twice while watching this movie, and I'm not even lying. Like, this movie was... I don't even know. I would rather a movie be bad than be boring. Being boring is the worst thing a movie can do. Like, if y'all have ever watched The Incredible Bulk, I would rather watch that than Wakanda Forever, just because it wasn't really that boring, and it wasn't, like, it just wasn't boring, it was just bad, and it was, like, hilariously bad. So, if something is so bad, it can be good, if you know what I mean. But Black Panther, Wakanda Forever is just a completely boring movie, and it absolutely sucks butt. So that's why it's in 7th. Alright, so for my number 6th, I think I am giving it to Thor, Love and Thunder. Now, the reason I'm doing this is honestly because it was so bad. And it was like, I don't even know. This was like one of, I think, the first movie I watched in theater after Endgame. And this movie was absolutely atrocious. Like, and I mean atrocious. Like, it was... No. My first movie after No Way Home. But this movie was so bad. And honestly, it's probably because of the disappointment factor, just because we had just had Thor Ragnarok. And Thor Ragnarok was a goated movie. This was the absolute opposite. It was so stupid. It wasn't even, like, hilariously stupid. It was just straight up stupid. And yeah, there's not really, I don't even know, it was just dumb to me. Alright, so now for my 5th movie, I think I am going to give it to Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. This I'm giving basically the same reasons that I put Thor, Love and Thunder at 6. Just because Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness was such, like, it was such, I don't even know. Wanda was the only good part of the movie, basically. And it just, it didn't make any sense whatsoever. It was so bad. And, like, the end scene where, like, I don't even know, and the CGI was really bad in it. It was not a good movie, like, whatsoever. Alright, so for my number 4th movie, I'm going to give it to Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. So, a lot of people might be surprised that I'm putting this here. Like, and it's honestly surprising to me that I'm putting it here. But I did just rewatch the next movie on this list, and it wasn't as bad as I thought it was. Like, I thought it was the worst Marvel movie, and that's why I rewatched it to make sure. But I personally think it is better than Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Just because Shang-Chi, it was just, I don't even know. It was also not really a boring movie, just it didn't really catch me in any way. It wasn't that hard hitting. It was just, it was mid. It was like absolutely definition of mid. And since I'm talking about the next one so much, in our third place spot, I'm putting Eternals. Now, this very much surprised me that I'm putting this over all of these other movies. And it's in third of all places. Eternals in third was never on my agenda, but it honestly wasn't that bad of a movie. It was just, it was mid. It wasn't, I don't know. I don't even know. It was mid. Yeah, I don't really have anything else to say about it necessarily. Like, the plot line was good. Everything was pretty much, like, everything was decent about it. I mean, yeah, it was an okay movie. Alright, for my second spot, I'm giving it to Black Widow. Now, this is a little bit crazy putting it in second, because I would never put Black Widow in second in, like, any of these other lists. But it's still a good movie. Like, all the story is good. All of, like, Yelena's part in the movie is really good. And it's, I mean, it's a good movie. And that's why I'm putting it at second. But it is nowhere near Spider-Man No Way Home, which is in our first spot. Because I don't know a sane person who wouldn't put No Way Home in the beginning of this list. Because No Way Home is miles above any of these other movies. It's so much better than any of the other movies. The only one that you could say comes close is Black Widow, and that comes nowhere near as close, so I guess you couldn't say it's close because it's not close whatsoever. It was just a banger of a movie, and I think I put it at second in my Spider-Man ranking because it was a very, very good movie, and it's the best of the Tom Holland trilogy. You could argue Homecoming is, but I think No Way Home is probably better, and I don't really know anybody who would argue with me that Homecoming is better. So I feel like, I don't know, yeah, it's a goated movie, and none of these other movies are goated, and that's why it's number one. Alright, so now I have the full list right over here. And yeah, I feel like this list is pretty definite. I don't think I could swap any of these other movies around. Like, looking back on some of the rankings I did, I definitely could swap some of them. Like, I'll just do it in the end. Actually, I'll do it in 2 days when I do Phase 6, because there's legitimately only one movie released, so I'll just talk more about the series on that day. But yeah, this list looks pretty good to me. So yeah, like, subscribe, and I will see y'all tomorrow for Phase 3.